Hey guys, it's Bait. Today we've got a special treat. We have Jerm, and we're going to interview him about this interesting final meeting on 6 we have. We're going to start it at this exact point because I feel like the rest of the video is actually not that necessary. You ready to go through this footage again, Jerm?
Absolutely.
All right, let's roll it.
So,
Hey, Kara, asking for a friend. Who are you next to right now?
Wolfie.
Me.
All right, cool.
nice. So
What do you think Pinky's role is when she says that?
I think she's medic immediately. I think that she's just hinting that somebody tried to kill her at that moment.
Yeah, well, someone tried to kill Kara, hey, and that's a
Well,
classic
yes,
medic
yeah,
tell,
yeah.
right? When you go, oh, who were you with like 5 seconds ago or right now?
Okay. I found I found Ziggy by the rock outside of the right side of office.
I saw Ford going up above storage, so I think the killer for Ford could be between Junk and Jerm.
Yep. Potentially.
Wait,
Potential.
Pinky, I don't think it's what you think it is.
Oh,
Oh.
I think I know what you did, but it's my fault.
Okay. What's going through your head here?
So in my when Kara starts saying something like, I don't think you I don't think it's what you think it is. In my mind it's me thinking, oh well, is she trying to shoot Wolfie, or like Wolfie's trying to shoot her? But then like, why is she not saying that? Like, I feel like if she was like a regular crewmate, right? Kara would have said something along the lines of, yeah, Wolfie's trying to kill me. But the fact that she's already said something like, oh, it's not what you think it is. It makes me think immediately that Kara is misfiring.
Yeah, exactly. Because the only role where you can misfire, you either get killed or you try to kill someone else. And I guess the only time that doesn't work is if you're the sheriff, right? So
Exactly.
Kara basically outs her role here, and Pinky outs her role. And we can actually look and see what happens. I think it's pretty interesting to see their point of view.
Go away!
I don't like my voice, but I will say the only person who they mix my voice up with is Mindy.
All right. So we can see basically what happens from both their perspectives, and it pretty much is what it sounds like in the meeting, right?
Right.
So I think the killer for Ford could be between Junk and Jerm.
Yep. Potentially. This is quite
Wait, Pinky, I don't think it's what you think it is.
Oh,
Oh.
I think I know what you did, but it's my fault.
It's my fault.
You don't have to
Is
blame
it the
it on
second
you can blame
time?
it on me.
is it the second time, Kara? It's the second time, right?
Oh, she tried to kill her twice as
Sorry.
well.
Okay, it's fine. Let's vote Wolfie.
No.
Pinky already did it. Pinky already did it, so let's vote her. What?
What?
It's gonna be fine, Wolfie. Trustful.
Yeah, I mean,
We know that Pinky is pretty crew here, right? And I think the
Yes.
interesting part about this meeting is Pinky had already voted Wolfie, who we now know is a crew role, right? Because Kara tried to sheriff them and it didn't work. And so they're going, oh, how are we going to vote on 6? And I guess the only context with this video is Raph was doing some meme plays. I'll put the video on the screen, but basically dragging bodies in front of everyone. So the crew know one of the imposters is out. Just a mild little bit of context. So I think the fact that Pinky already voted for Wolfie, and what Cortilli says here is quite telling, where she goes, let's just vote Wolfie and have a trustful.
It's
I'll
gonna
play
be fine,
again.
Wolfie. Trustful. I don't want.
So what are you thinking here, Jerm, when she says trustful?
if usually I think it's a very swapper thing to say, in my opinion, to say vote this person, trust me. Which usually signifies that that there is a swap that's going to happen. I've seen like without fail. I've heard like if somebody says like, oh, please vote this person, trust me, I got this. Like it's just so telling as swapper, in my opinion.
That's true. It's even more because I guess if people go, oh no, that's okay, you can vote me. I feel like that's sort of 50-50 jester and swapper. Whereas I'll vote this person, it'll be okay. I guess only swappers say that. Or maybe a little touch of executioner as well, which is a little bit rarer to have, hey.
Exactly.
Okay. Did Cortilli being the executioner ever come into your mind?
No. I don't think that's a. I don't
It's
think
not
that's
even
an executioner play.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to die.
It's more like if she was like trying to push the vote more in a different way. I think it's more like I think she is a killer sort of deal, like, or like being more. It's more like I think people
Why
have
don't
like
you die
whimsical
either?
tells in their
I'm here to
voice when
support you.
they're a neutral role, right? Like it's something like a meeting specific role, like a jester or an executioner, and they when they're trying to get their target out or if they're trying to get themselves out, they have a certain like tone in their voice, in my opinion, and I think and that to me is more of a tell of a jester than anything. And but in this case, I didn't hear that like that tone of voice when I was listening to how Cortilli was speaking, so it more leaned towards swapper for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was lucky enough to watch this VOD live, and I was just like, oh my goodness, they each have the classic tells for their roles, and the trust ball or vote me, I'll save you sort of thing is classic swapper play, and so I guess here you decide to kill Cortilli, right?
Trustful.
Okay, so Cortilli's the swapper, and she.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Well,
So,
we lose
like,
here. I'm
when I
pretty
know
sure.
that the
Uh,
swapper is so the reasoning for that there for me killing her as swapper, I saw the vote lock in and I was already like thinking to myself, okay, well if I can get at least one vote onto the person that the swapper is targeting, then I'll be in a much better spot than say like waiting for everybody to lock their vote in, right? At that point though, I I waited for only the one, and then it was kind of evident that the play was there, right?
Yeah. If you could do this back, do you think you would have done something different, like at this
No,
moment?
at this moment, no. I think I would have still assassinated the swapper because I think they would have. I think she would have said a little bit too much more, but like trying to get the vote onto a person first is more important in my perspective.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I think it's Jerm, and if it's
No.
Jerm,
I'm gonna go
Thanks. It's not me.
well, if it is you, then we just lose. I think, but
think
hopefully
Junk's
it's
bad.
not.
It's
right?
not.
I guess Pinky voting Wolfie, and then if it's between Jerm and Junk, and everyone knows Wolfie's hard clear now, right? So everyone's on the same page. Junk's obviously voted you. Kara's voted you. And I guess this is the hard thing to think about at the moment, but Wolfie obviously wouldn't vote themselves. And so they would, I guess, vote you here, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the struggle I had this meeting, right? And I think actually my biggest mistake this meeting was voting Wolfie. And because I voted Wolfie, I let the timer get I give it let the timer of the meeting go down as more people locked their votes in. And because of that, that's where I could have in that time I could have gotten another shot off. But what I think it was me voting early instead of me holding the vote, and then I should have actually went for Kara, who I knew was the sheriff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because one, that secures it for me, and two, that like I know Pinky already had voted Wolfie, so I know I get a tie every time
Exactly.
on 4. And that was the mistake I think is still me voting before guessing next.
It's actually really hard because like I get that feeling. Obviously you've assassinated far more people than I have, but like when you know their roles, you're tempted to take that swapper hit. But now that you've actually assassinated Cortilli, I think the game theory optimal or the winning play here is basically know that Pinky is voting with imposter, right? On Wolfie. You
Yes.
vote Wolfie, you'll know there'll be 2 votes on you, and basically assassinate Kara, kill a non-Pinky person next round, and then assassinate Pinky for the win, right?
Exactly.
That
yes.
that is
That's the exact play. Yes, that
that's
is the
the-
exact play that you have to go.
Exactly. Although I do think would it have worked if you didn't assassinate Cortilli, let everyone pile their votes onto Wolfie, and then assassinate Cortilli like at the last second, and then you vote out Wolfie?
That could have.
Because that was the other option I thought, which is basically because you killed the swapper before everyone piled their votes in on the person to be swapped or the swappee. I guess you lost that play, but that would have been quite a stylish play, I think, if you let them pile in the votes on Wolfie, assassinate the swapper last second, and then just bang bang for the win.
Exactly, and you know what it is also. It's assassination timing is very important, and not many people realize it.
Yeah,
because like sometimes, and then I think there's a game after where I recognize who a jester is, and
But I don't
and
know
it
for
made
sure.
it was evident
I don't
that
trust
they were going to
Jerm,
vote the
and I also
jester
don't
actually in that meeting.
trust Jerm.
I don't trust
So
him.
I
I'm
waited
wondering-
actually
Mm,
for
Oh man.
like close to the end of
I'm gonna
voting
vote for
time
Silly.
to assassinate the jester when I knew people were voting her,
mm-hmm.
and did not allow for somebody to vote somebody else. And it had turned out that 2 people had voted somebody else, which was Junk, and
I don't know why
we got a
people do that.
free vote out and an assassinate in the same meeting. And I think not many people, and then it's just like figuring out when to break up the flow of a conversation. Like I think if you know a role immediately that will out you as a bad role or something, like an engineer is something you want to assassinate early, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't assassinate the engineer and you see them vent and like you see that, and then they have seen you vent or whatever, the quicker you get rid of that and the engineer, the better, so that they don't let out that they've seen something that they shouldn't have, right?
Nah, those are really good points. Let's play the end of this meeting, and we'll see how it
Why
goes.
do you think that?
I got nothing.
I just have an
because
intuition.
it's you or Junk.
I voted Jerm.
And Junk doesn't guess very often.
Yeah,
Oh.
That was unlucky. Wait, were you gonna shoot Pinky there? Last second.
I was gonna shoot Pinky as medic.
I don't
there,
guess.
which would have still been a mistake on my end, because like I still think that the correct play was still shooting Kara because Pinky voted Wolfie.
It's Jerm,
it was like more
Jerm. I thought you were the
desperation.
best assassin.
No, not at all. I'm getting there. I'm trying to get there, but it's.
I feel like I'm watching like Tom Brady getting sacked and just like figuring out what went wrong.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. You can't win them all.
Nah, you can't.
I don't guess at all. 'cause
It'd be
I'm
nice, but
terrible.
like it would.
You
But
guess
then
last
you become an instant vote out on
I'll
certain
do it.
They're wrong.
You said damn it.
But
I
that's what makes the game more
know.
fun,
Okay.
regardless, right? Because you have to change around the way you play because people figure you out a certain way.
Yeah. I
And
actually think that was
other people get better.
It's a shame you couldn't clutch it, Jerm, but I'm sure we will see plenty more videos of your big brain assassination plays on your channel. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get them to you're close to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and check him out on twitch.tv/JermRF. Anything else you want to add?
No, I mean it's been great having people come into the channel more often and seeing all the different faces, and that more bigger names and different people are more willing to play in like the lobbies that I've been hosting for the past year. And I think next year is going to be very exciting in terms of what we can do and just all the different scenarios we create. So I'm looking forward to a New Year's worth of great gameplay and fun memories to create.
Yeah, and I absolutely love your lobbies because I think you hit a really nice sweet spot between content and there's still that element of social deduction and you have that strategy involved, which is why we can spend, I don't know how many minutes this video is, but talking about, all these layers of social deduction and everything. I think it's quite fascinating. And otherwise, I wish you a Merry Christmas, mate, and take care.
You too. Have a
Have a
Merry
good one.
Christmas. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.